If you're buying a new motorcycle and it's your first new motorcycle, then you need to watch this video. When you buy a new bike, the first thing you need to do is run it in, and if you look in the owner's manual, it'll explain how many miles you need to be doing that for, and it does vary. But for the first, say, 500 miles, you want to be riding the bike fairly carefully, fairly cautiously, to allow all the parts to sort of bed in together and to get to know each other. If you overdo it to start with, then you could have problems later on because you may have worn some parts out. So you need to be very sort of careful with it for the first 100, 200, 300 miles or so until the bike is properly run in. So we'll explain in this video how to do it. Now, starting off with the tyres, the first 50 miles of your new bike, you want to be a bit careful and don't expect the tyres to be fully grippy, because as they come out of the mould in the tyre factory, they have to have a non-stick coating on them, and some of that may still be left on the tyre. So you want to allow a bit of riding, 50 miles would be fine, to allow the sort of wear and tear of riding on the roads to sort of wear all that slippery stuff off, and then your tyres will be fine. So riding the bike for the running in period, you want to be riding fairly gently with it. Don't over rev it. So as you go through the gears, and go through the gears as you normally would, don't over rev it so you don't get the most maximum revs in each gear before you change. You just want to be changing early. Don't stress the engine. And likewise, if you're say in third gear or second gear and you're going really slowly and you decide to pull away and you find the bike is labouring, it's struggling with that, you're in the wrong gear, that's bad for the engine as well. So you want to avoid doing that too. After say a week or so of riding, you want to go through the bike and check everything's tight. So you can do it by finger tightness, but ideally if you had a spanner and the right tools, just to double check. But you can visually check if anything's loose. And also you should have a little window to tell you the oil level, and the bike needs to be upright. But if that's empty and you can't see any oil, then you need to top up the oil, and make sure you check in your owner's manual what sort of oil the bike needs, and never overfill. So make sure you sort of get it to the right level, and it will tell you in the little window there. So be methodical, go from say front to back and check everything visually, and give it a little wiggle to make sure everything is tight and nothing's loose. Then you want to check your chain for tightness, so with your finger or something, push it up and down. There should be some play in it. If it's really, really tight, then it's too tight, or if it's slapping up and down on the frame, then it's way too loose. And check in your owner's manual how much play there should be. If it needs adjusting, then you need to undo the bolt either side here where the wheel is, loose enough for it to move but not too loose. And then you have a lock nut here which you undo, and then you screw this either side, and there's a little marker there, and as you screw it, you'll see the chain rise a little bit, and you'll know it's getting tighter. But make sure visually it's the same either side, otherwise the wheel will be wonky in the frame. It's really important to keep your chain lubricated, so once a week get a chain spray and spray it all over and make sure it's lubricated, because you never want a dry chain, it would be ruined. So that's very important. And also throughout the life of your bike, always keep an eye on the oil levels and what have you, and take it to the dealer to have it serviced properly, unless you can do it yourself. But you know, it needs to be serviced to keep everything lubricated and oiled. Now this particular motorcycle, the Sinnis Bomber, is a 4-stroke engine, so all you need to do is put petrol in the tank. But if you had a 2-stroke motorcycle, normally somewhere around here you have a little oil tank which you have to keep topped up with 2-stroke oil, never ever let it go down. Some older motorcycles or even racing bikes, you mix it in the can and put it in the tank. If you've got one of those, you won't be watching this video, so you'll usually have a little oil tank for 2-stroke oil there. But as I said, on a 4-stroke, that's not something you need to do. Now, one other thing you need to be very careful of when you're looking after your motorcycle is never put oil or grease or anything on the brake discs, because they need to be dry to be able to work. So be very careful of that. And when you're riding the bike, running it in, Brake normally, try not to over brake, so in other words don't come bowling into somewhere and then slam the brakes on. Try and do everything normally. If you have to for an emergency, of course, that's fine. But you want to avoid any harsh braking, or also prolonged very, very light braking. You can put a shine onto the pad, so just try and use the brakes normally. When you wash the bike, you might find that the discs go a little bit rusty, so don't clean that off with anything oily. Like I said, just run the bike down the block, round the corner, just to sort of wear off the rust, and you'll find it'll be fine. So there you have it, that's how to run in a motorcycle. This bike we've done a full review on, so please check out that video. It's an amazing bike and it's a great video to watch. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment below, and we'll answer all your comments, any questions. And if you're an experienced rider and you've got anything to add to someone else's comments, then please chip in. Don't forget to check out our merchandise store, link below. We sell some amazing t-shirts and hoodies and other products uniquely designed by us in-house and only available via the link.